Hey guys, it's Tony. Got some really good news today. So, OpenAI, who makes ChatGPT, just launched their active voice feature. They started releasing it across the premium subscription versions accounts today. From what I understand, there's still some time for the free to get some of those, as well as the educational accounts. But if you've got a paid upgrade to 4.0 or ChatGPT 4.0, you should start to see that feature rolled out today. And I checked it out briefly this morning. I use ChatGPT regularly to just get information to help me. I don't use it to write scripts for my videos, but I use it to help me flush out ideas and to kind of clean up some of my writing and grammar and stuff like that for when I do my videos. But I wanted to show this to you so you can see how cool it is and what it does. So if you've got the advanced voice feature, you'll see a little icon to the right of the microphone on your phone in the ChatGPT app. What you do is you just press that. It opens up a dialogue feature that brings open the chat feature. So I name my chat. You can call it ChatGPT, or I name my chat Rashawn. So, and I can change the voice, and I put a female voice in there. So, good morning, Rashawn. How are you?
Good morning, Tony. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's your day?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. And by the way, Rashawn, I'm doing a video right now just telling my subscribers on my channel about the fact that you're available now. And I think it's really great. So you may hear me talking to the camera occasionally, but I will prompt you when I'm talking to you. I will say, hey, Rashawn, okay? So I just want to make sure you understand that.
Got it, Tony. I'm ready when you are. Just let me know when you want to chat, and I'll be right here.
Okay, great. Thanks, Rashawn. So as you can see, it's very responsive. It's very, real. It sounds like a real person is talking to you with personality. You can ask it just about anything, as if you were actually using the text version of ChatGPT, which is really cool. And it will respond in a voice. What it can do also is it can also transcribe the conversation in the chat in your app. So as you're having conversations, it will keep track of that, and you can go back and reference that information and do what you need to do with it. So let's go and just do a demonstration. So, hey, Rashawn, can you change your accent from what it is right now to a southern drawl like you would hear in let's say northern Florida or southern Georgia?
Sure thing, Tony. How's this? I'll be talking with a bit of a southerly drawl now, like folks from northern Florida or southern Georgia. Just let me know if you'd like me to switch it up again.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well, you know what? Let's switch it over to Louisiana, like near New Orleans. A real Cajun kind of accent. Can you do that?
Absolutely, Tony. Let's take it down to the bayou with a bit of that Cajun flair. How y'all liking this? We can talk about anything, Sha, just like we down in New Orleans.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's stick with that. So,
all right. Yes, Tony?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Rashawn.
No worries at all, Tony. I'm here whenever you're ready to chat. You just let me know, Cher.
So as you know, Rashawn, I have a travel vlog, right? And you've helped me with a number of scripts in the past, writing hotel reviews and airline reviews and all kinds of stuff like that. You even know that I like trains. So can you just tell me a little bit about my channel so that, the folks that are listening can know about it?
Absolutely, Tony. So, Tony's got this fantastic YouTube channel, formerly known as Legacy Railways, now rebranded as Tony Gautier. On this channel,
let me interrupt you. So you know how to pronounce my last name. It looks like Gautier, but it's actually pronounced Gaucher, almost like you would have in Louisiana. And in Louisiana, they actually would say Gaucher, but it's actually Gaucher. So can you remember that moving forward?
Got it, Gaucher. I'll make sure to remember that from now on. Thanks for the heads up.
No worries at all. You can continue. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No problem at all. So, on Tony Gaucher's YouTube channel, he shares travel adventures from all around the world. His content includes hotel reviews, restaurant reviews, air travel, rail travel, cruise reviews, and visits to unique destinations. Tony has a special love for trains, which often features in his videos. With his engaging style, Tony offers viewers a first-hand look at the experiences he encounters on his journeys.
That was pretty accurate. And do you have access to know, like, well, you actually helped me write the last one, so can you tell the viewers a little bit about the last video that I just did? I just launched it today, in fact.
Of course. In your latest video, Tony, you take your viewers along as you travel from South Carolina to Dallas. Along the way, you stopped at the Crown Plaza Perimeter Center Hotel in Atlanta, GA, giving an inside look at the hotel's features. You showcase the atrium windows overlooking the wooded patio and walking trails, which can be seen from the second floor. Sounds like a great watch for anyone interested in travel insights.
Yeah, that was pretty accurate. That was definitely pretty accurate. And then, do you remember which one I did before that one?
Yes, before that, you featured Umiya Sushi Seafood and Grill, an all-you-can-eat spot in Frisco, Texas.
Yeah, that was it. I'm sorry to cut you off again, but I didn't need you to go into it. I was just curious if you remembered. Okay, well, thanks a lot.
No problem at all, Tony. I'm here to help whenever you need.
You know, I think what would be helpful is share with people about what you can do. Like, how can you help people now that we can actually interface with you as a voice?
Absolutely. With voice interaction, I can help folks by providing information on a wide range of topics, from travel tips and destination advice to tech support, language learning, and even cooking recipes. You can ask about current events, get explanations for complex concepts, or just have a friendly chat. Whether you're planning a trip, looking for a new recipe, or need help troubleshooting a device, I'm here to assist with all of that and more.
Wow, that's a lot. You know, one of the things that I talked to you about earlier today is we talked about language translation, and I thought that was really cool. So talk a little bit about, like, for example, I know there's apps out there that do language translation, but they're a little clunky to use in real time. When, let's say that I'm in Mexico and I can't speak Spanish and I'm talking with someone who speaks Spanish but can't speak English, how can you help me, communicate with that person in actual real time?
Great question. In real-time conversations, I can act as your live translator. If you're speaking with someone who speaks Spanish, for example, you can tell me what you'd like to say, and I'll translate it into Spanish for you. Likewise, if they respond in Spanish, I can translate their words back into English. This way, you can have a smooth conversation without the clunkiness of some translation apps. Just think of me as your personal interpreter.
Nice, that's very good. And how many languages can you do this in?
I can translate and converse in dozens of languages, including Spanish, French, German, Mandarin, Japanese, Portuguese, and many more. If you've got a specific language in mind, just let me know, and I can help facilitate the conversation.
Can you speak in Malay?
Yes, I can help with Malay. If you need something translated or want to have a conversation in Malay, just let me know and I'll be happy to assist.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Um, let's give an example of that. Now, I don't have anybody here that I can speak in Spanish with, for example, but let me hear you just and do some interpretation. I'm going to pretend like there's a person sitting next to me that can only speak Spanish. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak to that person and then ask you to translate into Spanish. Does that sound good?
Sounds like a plan, Tony. Let's give it a go.
Okay. Hi, Miguel.
I'm ready.
Hi, Miguel. I'm Tony. It's nice to meet you. I'd just like to know how I can find directions to the closest pizza shop here in Cancun, Mexico. Are you able to help me with that?
Hola, Miguel. Soy Tony. Mucho gusto. Me gustaría saber cómo puedo encontrar direcciones para la pizzería más cercana aquí en Cancún, México. ¿Me podrías ayudar con eso?
Very nice. No, you know what, Rashawn, I do want to ask you one more question in regards to your translation. Are you able to distinguish between regional differences in a language? For example, in Spanish, Mexican Spanish is far different than, let's say, the Spanish that might be spoken in Argentina or in the Dominican Republic, as an example. Are you able to pick up on those nuances?
Yes, I'm aware of regional differences in languages like Spanish. While I aim to use a neutral version, I can adjust to some extent based on the region you're interested in. For example, I can incorporate certain phrases or vocabulary specific to Mexican Spanish, Rio Platense Spanish from Argentina, or Dominican Spanish. It helps make the conversation more natural for the listener.
That's a great feature. That, I think, in it by itself makes, what you can do so much more valuable than what you might see on a lot of other translation apps.
I'm glad you think so, Tony. Being able to adapt to regional nuances really adds a layer of authenticity, which can be crucial for effective communication. It's all about making conversations as smooth and natural as possible.
Well, listen, Rashawn, thank you so much for having this conversation with me and showing my viewers, what you can do and how much power you bring to the table with your AI. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome, Tony. I'm glad I could share a bit about what I can do. It's always a pleasure chatting with you and your viewers. If you ever need anything else, you know where to find me.
Well, as you can see, this takes things to a completely new level. I was just having a conversation with my wife talking about AI and how fast it's developing. Just understand that if you are not connected with what's going on and up to date with the changes that are happening in AI, you might want to. We're going to see a huge change in the way our world operates, I believe, within the next 2 to 3 years. And it is going to affect a lot, not only in a positive way, but unfortunately in a negative way that we're all going to have to get used to. So this is something I feel like everyone should have on their phone once it's readily available across the board, even on the free version of ChatGPT. I have the premium version, which is not much. I think it's under $10, $15 a month. I can't remember how much the fee is, but it gives you access to the latest models and everything, which I think are well worth having. This is like having an Einstein in your pocket at all times. that you can always consult with and speak with and get ideas from. So I hope you found this review and this information to be helpful and useful. And please support the channel. Click the like button, leave a comment. Anything you can do to support the channel, I definitely appreciate. And until next time, I'll see you on the next one.